This man built an independent nation at sea. In spite of 400 square meters, there were enough restaurant, bar and club. He also left his mark as the youngest self-made billionaire. This is true story of the century. Rosa is part-time engineer. One day, he was on the racetrack and saw a billboard. It said, "Make your own free empire." Rosa suddenly came up with a bold idea, establishing a nation of freedom. So he immediately found his friend to negotiate this. The first is to need a free land, a place that didn't belong to any country. He thought of international waters 6 nautical miles from Italy. Land was found. Next was making a terrace. But laying the foundation on the sea is very difficult. It's not easy to move materials out. It is also impossible to fill the sea and build an island. He thought of how to put the steel pillars under the sea. But the shipping fee was too expensive, he can't also ship them alone. So Rosa came up with a better way, floating hollow steel pillars in the sea. Using hollow steel pillars is not only saving money but also easy for transporting. Lids were made at the top of the steel pillars. Having shipped to the place, once opening the lid, the hollow steel pillars would be filled with seawater, sunk to the bottom of the sea to form the foundation of the terrace. They quickly built their 400 square meters of free land. To solve the requirement of fresh water, they used a huge well in the sea to bring fresh water to them. Both fresh water and land, two most basic problems, had been solved. Facing the distant night and the vast ocean feels like enjoyment. But Rosa might not know when it's hot, it will turn to thunderstorms. Staying in his own country for the first night, he immediately encountered a violent natural disaster. At this moment, so far away, someone was rowing a boat. This is a guy aiming for freedom, likes adventures, riding the waves and wandering in the sea. So this 400 square meters of free land became the storm shelter of adventurers and boats. The adventurous guy above also became the first inhabitant of this country. Rapidly the island welcomed the second resident. It's a man who is good at social relations. After the allowance of the second resident, Rose Island is the official name. The tourism industry in Rose Island began. Rose Island reached to its peak from here. Good news about this independent country. Rose Island gradually spread. This time there came the riots in Europe. So those who aimed for peace and freedom were gathered there. The guy in charge of foreign affairs made the request very quickly. Rose Island had its own manifesto, also had the nation's first bar. There's also another key character coming, for example, the pregnant bartender girl. In this prosperous period, everyone all has so many kinds of fun. This moment, Rosa came, he wondered what is the purpose of building this island. Of course it's making it a free and independent country. All countries needs to be recognized. What they needed to do then was getting other countries to recognize Rose Island. Rosa said they had everything, had money, had their own stamp, had a shipper. It was almost a government. I am the president. 5 people discussed the whole positions well. Then Rosa submitted an application to the United Nations for the creation of a nation. The United Nations immediately called Italy. The Italian government had just known the story of Rose Island's independence. Though the Rose Island stayed outside the territorial waters of Italy, but Rosa didn't want to throw it away. It's not easy to get to now. Rosa prepared tough measures. Then Rosa's parents also knew he was founding a country. But his parents didn't support him, either. Government of Italy began to use flexible measures, convinced Rosa with a lot of benefits. But he refused. At the same time, more and more people wanted to be a Rose Island citizens. They also issued the first passports of Rose Island. The guy with the greatest merit was elected to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Rose Island was accepting applications for citizenship at that time. But then, the small country Vatican located in Italy did not tolerate the existence of Rose Island. More and more people were starting to give up their Italian citizenship to join the Rose Island. The Minister of Italy, after being concerned about the incident, became angry. He told his subordinates to do the sabotage, totally destroy Rose Island. At the same time, Rosa's subordinates were shaken by the benefits that Italy brought to them, started choosing against Rosa, left the Rose Island. Additionally, Rose Island had no visitors in the rainy seasons. Rose Island began to degrade. When everything was going bad, Rosa's parents started to support him, supported the way their son had choose. Then Rosa found his ex-girlfriend. He hoped his lawyer ex-girlfriend could help him. But his ex-girlfriend rejected him like she used to. While arguing, Rosa just found out about the European Commission, which can solve the disputes between countries. Then Rosa immediately went to the European Commission. This glasses-wearing uncle originally didn't care much about this, but after reading the file, he immediately reported to the committee. The committee then accepted the request and held a meeting. The meeting was decided to be held 2 days after. Immediately, the Vice Minister of Italy knew that Rosa brought the indictment to the European Commission, pointed out that the minister had said he would destroy Rose Island by all means. Therefore he ordered a battleship to be dispatched to Rose Island. Knowing Rose Island was about to be bombed, he couldn't wait to see the results, quickly ran home, protected this 400 square meters of free country. This story spread. Everyone in society agreed with the goal of the Rose Island. Once seeing that, Rose's ex-girlfriend immediately looked for him, chose to be with this man for the cause of freedom. Being aware of that Rose Island was about to be bombed, the others also came to the Rose Island, used their bodies as a shield to protect the house behind together with Rosa. The Navy fleet fired at them. They faced the fleet like that. Just like that, they face the threat of the fleet's gunnery again and again. Each time they fall, they get up again. The captain then ordered the army to go to the island and arrest them, then bombarded Rose Island. So Rose Island disappeared from the globe like that. The time from a building nation to a destroyed nation was taken only 2 years. This movie is based on a true story. To prevent this from happening again, the United Nations has changed the boundaries of international waters, increased from 6 knots to 12 knots. I'm Harry, see you next time.